So the rib part was the easy part. Let's get rid of all the rib and everything here in the geometrical set. Let's rename this to the proper name and call it construction geometry. And then what we want to do in the geometrical set is make that the in-work object. And part of the reason why we're doing wireframe and surfacing is to try and learn that you don't just always go into part design and make solids. You need to set up construction geometry in order for this to work. The construction geometry I need to get this to work would be to create an edge that goes all the way around here, because you can see when I go to rib, I'm going to select this profile and select this edge. That's all the further that's going to know to go. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that. And we're going to go to wireframe. And I'm going to use wireframe tool, the wireframe tab, and I'm looking for a feature that will allow me to put on an edge. So you got to go through these down arrows and look for something that might work for you. I'm looking for the boundary curve or the edge. So if it's not under wireframe, it might be under transform or it might be under refine. So this one here, see how it says boundary? And then there's an extract. Okay, so there's a couple things we can do. I'm going to do extract for this one, and I'm going to extract this edge. Ah, shoot. Let's try it again. Extract this edge, this edge. Oh, sorry. Select OK. And there's one extraction, and you got to do that for each one. So I'll just double click extract. Grab this edge, enter, and enter will automatically do the OK button. So I'm just going to click an edge. Oh, I got the surface that time. Make sure it says edge when you grab the edge. Patience is a virtue here with the 3D experience. God, sometimes it won't even tell you. You just got to hope for the best there. Okay, I'm going to cancel that, and this one here, number 11, we'll delete that out since I accidentally got that. Oh, looks like I didn't get that edge. So extract this edge. Nope. Extract this edge. And then I'm going to go to the join command, and I'm just going to highlight them all. And you want to use advanced, and select all. Propagation mode will be all. Select OK. The little yellow F means it's a federated element, meaning when I put my cursor on it, the whole thing should highlight. Well, I'm a little worried about what I got going on here. Did I miss? Oh, I did miss that edge. I'm going to double click that and add this one to the list. And then we'll beef up the line weight on this. Change it to 5 so you can see it, and let's go with a color that's bright and easy to see. So the trick there is you got to create that join. Alright, so now I can take this profile and use this join to get it to act just like a pad, but we're going to do a rib because it's going to follow a contour instead of going along a straight line. So we are currently in Generative Wireframe and Surface Workbench. Generative Wireframe and Surface Workbench is for creating construction geometry, such as points, lines, curves, circles, faces, planes, surfaces, such. We want to now switch to the part design mode. Select the profile, select rib, and it's beeping me because it's saying, hey, you're in construction geometry, you need to be in the part body. So I'm going to cancel that and just try and build a habit. Always go to define in work object, make sure the part body is where you're wanting to work. Then when I go to rib and select this profile and select that join for my center curve, select the join curve I created and select OK. Those are the steps for creating this first groove. There's something wrong with this. Somehow these vertices are going to cause me an issue because they're going to come in on top of each other, so it's going to bind on itself when if this were to get too tall. It's called the outer normal and vertice when they cross each other. So if I go, say, into the rib and modify this sketch, I'm going to take a chance here, and there's my point. I'm going to just try and auto constrain this and reference this bottom line and say okay and just see what happens. And I knew it. It didn't give me my dimension I needed. It gave me this width. What I need is this constraint from that point of that center to this line. Unfortunately, it's over constrained because I did an auto constraint. So something I have to do, have to make this give somehow. I'm going to try and delete that. Let's try and just take this up to a 1/2 inch. And unfortunately it shot down because this is not a fully constrained profile. That line should be anchored. Oops, I meant to grab that line there. And we go to dialog box and we'll fix it. Remove the horizontal. Let's exit out. Oh no, sorry. What am I doing? I'm going to try and change this to a 1/2 inch. When I exit out, it just barely seemed like it was okay. Boy, that couldn't come any closer. But see that? It's going to bind if I go any more than a 1/2 inch. So if I went an inch taller, we're going to have an issue here. Let's try this. Let's try and go back in here and change that to 9/16. 9 divided by 16 is 56.25, but I'm going to just hit tab, let the computer figure it out. That's an error I want you to make a picture of. Okay, and then you're going to explain why that error comes up. And again, it's because when I undo this, hopefully it'll bring it back. Bring it back to a 1/2 inch. A 1/2 inch was the absolute max. It's just starting to touch right there. Okay. Anything over that is going to bind in here and it's just not going to accept it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and change that back. Doesn't need to be that tall. Let's make it 3/8 of an inch. And we'll exit out. Okay, and that's close to what I had before. So we're going to just keep it at 3/8 of an inch because we're in America. We're taking this Dassault given part and we're going to go to American standards with it. Okay, so this is a rib that's creating a bind. I'm going to see if you can fix it to prevent that from happening. What could you do? I want to create the same shape. I want to be able to create it taller. I can't change the curve contour it follows. I can't change the profile, except for that it's going to be taller. My question to you is, what would you do if you were in production and had to resolve this? Alright, I'll have the answer in the next video, so I'll let you give you some time to think about what we could do.